This is your spiritual connection, ourplanetlife.org, broadcasting from Dallas, Fort Worth, Texas. Welcome to DFW Business Hour on ourplanetlife.org. It's an outreach program of Web Chapel Church of Christ. I am Mark Garcia, your host, and we thank you for joining us. And today we have Eli Hernandez, Chief Marketing Officer of Marketing and Public Relations at the iWorks Digital Storytellers. Eli, welcome to DFW Business Hour.
Thank you, Art. Thank you so much for having me back on your show. Appreciate it.
It's an honor to have you back again. And today we're going to talk no excuses. If you want a job, go and get a job. So that's going to be our topic today. And Eli, what is the state of the economy and the employment?
Well, the state of economy is, in the United States, it's still a little sensitive. The economy is, everyone has had a tough time, and people are looking for a job. Yeah. So it's a little tough. However, I'm an eternal optimist, and I believe that the state of the economy is going to get better. Yes.
Today, well, actually, we're going through a presidential election coming up. I think that has a lot to do with the economy, don't you?
It may. Unfortunately, there are companies that are waiting to see, which candidate is going to be elected president. So they're waiting, and unfortunately, this delays hiring on their part. It doesn't, help people that are looking for a job. But once, whichever candidate wins, we're going to be in good hands, I believe. So once the election is over, and I'm really looking forward for the election to be over. Yeah. I think people are tired of the election, right? Yeah. But once it's over, I think businesses are going to have a clear picture of the economy and their business futures. Now, there are signs right now that the economy is improving. And I'll give you an example. I mean, there's construction cranes that are going up. There are companies that are investing more in their marketing. There's the help wanted ads. There are more help wanted ads out. Maybe you see in different businesses, you'll see help wanted signs that are up. So there are signs that companies are getting ready for the economy to improve and this election to be over, and I think we're going to be fine.
So actually, it is impacting the employment.
It is.
Okay. On another note, how will the election impact future employment?
Well, and again, I believe that whichever candidate becomes president, our next president, we're going to do fine. The issue here is that the people in the United States were very resilient. We're hard workers. We love to work.
Exactly.
And this is why we're going to be all right. We're very resilient. The economy, the U.S. economy is very resilient. People from other countries, they would kill to have what we have here in the United States. We're still the #1 economy in the world. So after the election, we're going to be fine. So people that are currently looking for work, they need to get ready to get a job once the election is over.
And also, once the new year comes in, we got the new budget. More money, maybe.
Maybe, that's right, right.
Also, why do you say that there are no excuses for not finding a job?
Well, let's talk about that, because I think people can come up with all kinds of excuses of why I can't find a job. We just said that the economy is going to improve. Yeah. We just said that businesses are starting to hire again. And what I see are a lot of companies complaining. They're actually lamenting the fact that they can't find qualified workers. There are jobs out there, and I think one of the things that we need to talk about today is how do you find that job? If someone out there is having trouble finding a job, there are ways, there are things that they can do today to help them find that job. But there really are no excuses, because as we said, the economy is going to improve, businesses are hiring again. It's just getting out there and really knowing the right approach of finding that job, yes?
Also, now you say that there is a difference between a job and a career. Please explain.
A lot of people confuse the two. Yeah. A job is something that someone does to put food on the table.
Exactly.
Now, all work is honorable. And I'm not saying that one is better than the other. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is there is a difference between a job and a career. So a job puts food on the table. You know, whether it's being a waitress or working in a fast food, restaurant, whatever the case may be, that's a job. A career takes more time. And it's not necessarily someone who is degreed. It's more along the lines of, this is my passion of what I'm doing, whether it's the ministry, whether it's marketing, whether it's being a lawyer, whatever it is. What's your passion? So you put or a broadcaster like you are.
I like it.
Yeah, exactly. Well, you have put in more time for that career than just a job. And plus, not only is it your passion, but you want to make a difference within that industry, within that career. So a career takes a little more time. And one of the things that we want to talk about today is if you're looking for a job, if you're looking for a career, how do we get there?
Also, I was going to ask you, why do you say that a person is not their job title? What does that mean?
Yes, and this is unfortunate. And I'm going to answer the question by telling you a movie that I saw a while back. In the movie, a mother and a daughter were talking. And the daughter was going through a divorce. And she was getting really nothing out of the divorce. So the mother and the daughter had a heart-to-heart talk.
Yeah.
And the mother asked her a question that has stayed with me to this day. And the question is, what are you worth? What is your self-worth? And I think that every person needs to ask themselves that question. Because if a person makes their job title their worth, imagine when they don't have a job, whether they get laid off or the company closes down and they no longer have their job title. Well, this is why they suffer, right? So on a psychological level, that's what I'm talking about. On a psychological level, your self-worth needs to be more than just a job title, all right? Art Garcia is more than just a broadcaster. There's a lot more to you than just a broadcaster, correct?
Yes, correct.
There's a lot to you. Off camera, we were talking about all kinds of things that you're involved in. That's what I'm talking about. And when a person puts all their energy into that job title, and then when they no longer have it, this is when they become depressed, they lose interest in life, or you know what I'm talking about.
I've been there.
Yes.
My background is in IT, so I was looking for a position in IT, infrastructure technology, and there is ways that you can find a job. Go to these network meetings that they have
around
we'll
talk about that.
DFW.
Right. We'll talk about that. But so on a psychological level, what I'm talking about is resetting your thinking, where yes, you need to find a job, you need to put food on the table, but don't make your job title manager or president or whatever. Don't make that the only thing that you live for. You need to live for other things, yes?
Exactly. Another question. All right, so what can a person that is looking for a job or a career do to prepare for the job search?
So the key is preparation. Okay, we're going to prepare ourselves to find the job that you want.
Okay.
And you're going to prepare yourself on multiple levels. Emotionally, physically, psychologically, and yes, spiritually. Because I think spirituality really helps to build creativity, which we're going to talk about later.
Okay.
So you need to prepare yourself. Well, hold on. We're going to prepare ourselves in all these multiple levels. Yes. All right. Now, to prepare for the job search, you also need to do your research. All right. The internet is a wonderful tool today to get on the internet, find out which companies are hiring, which industries are coming back from the bad economy. All right. So you need to get on the internet, get online, and do your research. Also, to prepare, you need to find out who is your competition. All right? Identify who your competition are. Well, your competition are the new college graduates. Your competition are the people that are looking for a job, that are unemployed. Your competition is also the people that are employed and are thinking of leaving their job for a better job. So there's a lot of competition, all right? Knowing your competition is key in preparing for the job search. What else can you do? Well, as you said, you need to look into different groups that can help you network, but help you tap into those resources, and there are a lot of resources out there to help you find that job. So there are a lot of things you need to do to prepare once you get into the job search.
Exactly. Also, that's good preparation. Now, how does a job seeker find that job?
All right, so this is really important.
Okay.
All right, if someone has, you know, a piece of paper and a pen, please write this down, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you ideas that you can do today to help you find that job. The key here, there's two keys: flexibility and creativity. All right, because there is so much competition for that one job, you need to be really creative today in finding, you know, that next employment. Yes. All right. So we already discussed about how we're going to prepare. So what are you going to do? Well, one of the first things you're going to do, and we talked about it. We started talking about it, is network. Get out there and start talking to people. You need to talk to friends, family, your colleagues,
yes,
even people that you worked with in the past. The first thing you need to do is let everybody know you're looking for a job. Let them know what you're looking for. And for some reasons, most people won't do that. So you need to do that. That's the starting point. You need to let everybody know that you're looking for a job. All right? All right. What else can you do? Well, social media has become the next monster.com, if you will.
Yeah.
All right? I'll tell you what, first let me say this. Let me tell you the old model of finding a job, which doesn't work. The old model of finding a job is you go to your local newspaper, you open the help wanted ads,
yeah,
and you apply for a job. And I don't know if you knew this, 15%, only 15%, 10 to 50% of people that go to their newspaper and apply for a job via the newspaper, only 10 to 15% of people will actually find a job that way. So imagine the other 80% or so that won't find a job if they solely rely on that method. So that's the old model. The new model is what we're talking about, networking, and let's talk about social media now.
Okay.
And social media, let's become the new the new job board, if you will.
Yeah.
All right. And within social media, there are different tools. Let's go through a few. LinkedIn, it's free. Go to LinkedIn and sign up. Now, think of LinkedIn as the place where professionals hang out.
Exactly.
All right. So you'll go on LinkedIn, and I'll go on LinkedIn, and that's where professionals are. That's the new hangout place for professionals. Also, a lot of job recruiters are hanging out in LinkedIn.
Yeah.
So sign up for LinkedIn. It's free. Put your information up there. It's almost like the new resume, which we'll talk about later maybe. All right? It's the new resume. So put your information on there and start talking. The key here is to start talking to other professionals, start talking to recruiters that you're available for employment. The other vehicle is Twitter. All right? Now in Twitter, it's more of a conversation. And the key for Twitter is you need to build your network. All right? And what does that mean? You need to start talking to people via Twitter. All right? So, but how is this going to help your job search? Well, it's people talking to people. And if you let them know that you're looking for a job, all right, you're going to start seeing something. You're going to start hearing that, hey, did you hear that such and such company is hiring? Did you hear about that new position that opened up at this other business? Blah, blah, blah. So then it's people telling people via Twitter the job opportunities that are out there. Yeah. So people are finding jobs via Twitter. The other place is Facebook. Yeah. All right? Build your network on Facebook. And how do you do that? Again, social media is all about starting a conversation. All right? And you can do that through LinkedIn, Twitter, and Facebook. What else? What else can you do to find the job today in a new creative way? Well, I'm going to tell you some funny stories. For example, this one gentleman, he wasn't able to find a job, so he rented space on a billboard. So he put his picture up there, he put his phone number and his information. Well, that's creative. Who would have thought of doing that, right? Instead of trying to apply to a job via the newspaper, he put his name on a billboard. That works. Well, some people, they move to a different city. All right, maybe you've lived in your place for a long time. Go to another city. It's a fresh start.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's being creative. That's what I'm talking about. Out of the box thinking is you have to do anything and everything to help you find that job. And I'm talking about being flexible in what you're looking for, including pay, and being creative in the manner in which that you look for the job. So there are other ways. For example, go to trade shows, go to your local chambers, go to what are some other places that you can go?
There's a lot of networking outlets out there that you can go, and they'll teach you how to do a resume.
Seminars, workshops.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
And you use all of these methods in combination. I can guarantee you will find the job that you're looking for.
I was going to ask you, is the resume still important?
The answer is yes and no. And let me tell you why no. A lot of business, the resume is still your introduction to a company. But did you know that most companies don't even look at resumes? Did you know that?
I didn't know that.
Yes, they use a computer scanning software that when you send in your resume, they scan your resume for specific key search words. Key search words. If you happen to not put those key search words in your resume, the computer is the one that throws your resume out. So a human, when you send in your resume, a human doesn't even look at your resume.
Oh, okay.
Isn't that incredible?
Interesting.
This is why the resume is becoming less relevant. So that's the no. That's why the resume is all right, but it's not really that important anymore. However, it is important in that it's still your introduction. All right. So make sure. Here's what you need. Let me give you some quick resume tips.
Okay.
That are really, really important. Make sure that it's a one-page resume. Unless you have a PhD doctorate, your resume needs to be one page. Keep it simple. Keep it short. Talk about your background. Make sure you proofread it. Make sure there are no mistakes on it, and keep it to one page.
Great. Eli, what are your final thoughts for people that are looking for employment?
My final thoughts are this. You're worth more than a job. You need to be very, very creative and flexible in your job search. And you will be successful if you do that.
Great. Also, you are having a webinar on ourplanetlive.org coming up?
Yes.
Okay.
The webinar, the focus of the webinar is social media and how a business or organization can benefit from social media. So we're going to talk about, you and I are going to have a conversation about it in the webinar, and I hope people will tune in.
Also, what are the dates for the webinar and the hours?
I believe it's November 13th.
Yes.
And I believe it's at 11 o'clock.
Great. We look forward to the webinar. Eli, we thank you so much for coming by DFW Business Hour. It's been a pleasure.
I hope the information has been helpful.
Oh, it has. It has definitely. But on behalf of Art Garcia, we thank you so much for joining us today, and we'll see you next time. Have a great day.